This is a custom insert for Cosmic Encounter and more Cosmic Encounter. This is an old box. You can see tape and edges and problems, but I went ahead and put together an insert because every time I open it up, the cards are everywhere. Okay, so the rule book's on top. Wait, before I do that, let's give this a little shake. Upside down. Okay, let's see if this actually does what I hope it does. Okay, well, we'll remove this stuff on top. That's fine. Some of my own notes and papers. Okay, yes, I do keep these in here. That's just the way I like them. That's fine. They could fit down here if I wanted. Boards fit right here. I really wanted to build something to hold the moons where they lay out nicely and just sit by side or by phase, but I didn't, so I just have a bag for the quarter moons, the half moons, and full and cheese moons, and the lucre. Here's where all the alien powers sit. I put a notch in there to make it easy to pull them out. In retrospect, I wish that I could make it all full, I guess. It doesn't, nothing I have to stop, or nothing that I have to give up on. This is perfectly fine. The rest come out, no problem. But if I did it again, I would make this, I would just cut the notch all the way. Cards sit in these three areas. I cut notches here this size. These are actually the size of a half moon. I use the moon as my reference size. Hand cut those out. Here are all the challenge cards. They fit nicely there. I wish that I had made this a little bit, so you can see two problems with what I've done here. I wish this was just a little wider, and you can see I left very little room for the normal deck of cards, the standard deck of cards, and these are all the flares. Very little room. If I take these out, that's fine, but putting it back in is a bit of a pain. And you can see, just as an example, that's just a bit of work. I did sleeve the cards. I figured if I'm going to bother to make an insert, I can bother to spend a little money on cheap sleeves. So, you know, I did that. So in summary, if I were to do this again, or if you were to do this again, if you were to do one of these, here are the things I would do differently. One, make sure there's a little bit more room for these decks of cards. If you got rid of the sleeves, if you didn't bother sleeving it, there'd be plenty of room actually. A little bit more width for these two, a little bit more length, a little bit more width here, just a little bit. But to do that, this has to move over just a little bit. Additionally, this was just high enough to store all the alien powers. I've never folded them, just a thing. Just a little bit wider and a little bit higher. And if it was a little bit higher, specifically, these moons could fit standing up. Right now they can't. So make them the height of a moon instead of the height of the alien powers. And I think then I could just lay them out nicely and I don't think they would move. They might, the truth is they might, because there's not enough really blocking them from falling out if I turn them upside down. But it's good enough and I'm happy. So there you go.